Hello there. So today we are at a different gym than usual and a different city than usual. Typically we're climbing in Montreal in Quebec, but now we're climbing at my family gym actually, which is called Climbers Rock. It's a gym in Burlington, Ontario. And for our international viewers, we're about 30 minutes outside of Toronto. So yeah, this is the gym I grew up climbing in. I don't get to climb here very often, only when we're visiting home. And yeah, it's nice. We got a lot of new boulders in the gym today. And the theme with what we're gonna be getting on today is gonna be power and strength. So my family gym is known for just having a lot of steep walls. Let's do a little pan. You can see, like, no slab. This is the front section of the gym where there's just basically only steep, but we'll go to the other side of the gym as well where there's like a couple slabs. But yeah, for the most part, I'm probably gonna be getting really tired climbing on all the steep power boulders. But it's gonna be a fun change of pace, I think. So let's get started with this blue V7. Here we have V grades, which is nice. So yeah, let's get the session going. That one was really fun. Cool little perch move in the middle there to make use of that crimp in the sloper. Nice. Yeah, I can already feel like, even when I was warming up, this climbing style is a little bit foreign to me. Because in Montreal, there's a lot more vert walls and a lot more slab. And when you're warming up, you can kind of gradually work into it. But here, like when I'm warming up on the V3s and the V4s, I'm just starting off on like little crimps on the steep. So yeah, I feel my physical deficit, especially coming back after my month off of climbing. But yeah, I'm excited to maybe get a little bit of strength gains in while we're here. All right, next up we got this red V7. This one looks like a little bit of a step up, honestly, from the last one. Even just, maybe not in terms of difficulty, but in terms of physicality. Like I'm just getting to the point where my finger strength is feeling pretty decent again. So it means I can try a boulder like this, where we have to jump and kind of swing off of a crimp on our right hand. I'm excited to test where my finger strength is today in general. Okay, I'm gonna skip these last couple holds, I think. Oh. See, that's a classic Climbers Rock move. Like I said, I grew up climbing here, and there's been a lot of times where, I mean, most of the climbs finish on the lip, right? So typically it's gonna be a good hold, and often you can get away with just dynoing past a couple of the second last holds and doing a cool swing off the top. So that's something to look for if we have some cruxes at the finish, at the ends of our boulders. Okay, maybe we'll move up from V7, find a V8. Okay, so this is the other section of the gym that I was talking about for the bouldering. It's a little smaller, but for the most part, we got like some nice vertical walls, lots of slab, except for obviously the one cave here, which is where I'm gonna do my next boulder. For those who haven't been following the channel for that long, typically what I like to do in my training sessions is do a lot of the steep climbing first, like do a lot of powerful climbs and finger intensive climbs, and then save the slab for the end so that I can make use of my, feeling really warm, feeling really fresh to try like the most physical stuff. Whereas if I start off with slab, my warm up might kind of not really translate into the later part of the sessions because I won't be using my hands. I'll cool down a little bit. And then let's say I try a really physical crimpy boulder at the end of my session, I'm increasing my chance of hurting myself. So we'll save any of the slab climbing or vert climbing that we do towards the later part of the session. So with that being said, let's keep it going with the steep. And we'll try this yellow V8. This one looks really cool. Looks a little bit funky at the end here. I'm not sure what to do. That third last sloper looks bad. But I think maybe we can actually make use of a foothold that I can't tell if it's meant to be a foot or if it's just, you know, creating that stack there. I mean, there's shoe rubber on it, so maybe I am supposed to use it. That was cool, yeah. I had a suspicion that I'd be able to heel hook that blocker. And yeah, it worked out really well. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done. I might have done some kind of paddle into the shoulder. But yeah, really fun. I'm feeling, I don't know, I'm feeling like I'm getting some of my physical ability back in the last couple of weeks. Like I'm grabbing like small holds and it's not hurting my joints as much as it used to when I was coming back off of my month off of climbing. So it's cool, I'm feeling like I'm getting physically better. I think we could try some of the like proper hard ones up in the gym today. See how that goes. There's one I have my eye on that we'll try next that looks really, really sick. I was watching the setter set it and forerun it. It's got some really cool looking sequences. Let's go get on it now. Okay, next up we have this red one. And this is part of the new set, so it's listed as a V question mark, as you can see. Basically, the setters just leave the wall up with V question marks for about a week. And then we hear feedback from the customers before we grade them. But looking at this one and also watching the foreigners that I know quite well try the boulder, I'm gonna guess it's around V9. So it's, you know, a step up from what we've been doing so far. And yeah, like I said, this one has got some really cool looking sequences. I have an idea for, I mean, the setters are trying a lot of different things. One thing I potentially wanna try, I don't know if it's gonna work, is a double knee bar here or a flamingo. You know what, for my first attempt, I'm just gonna try it, even if it turns out to be bad. I just wanna try it because it looks like a cool opportunity. I'll point it out if I do it on the wall. And then if that doesn't work, we'll adjust. So let's give this flamingo a try on my first attempt. Okay, so the double knee bar worked, but that was really difficult to release. Okay, so I pulled the double knee bar or the flamingo off. I don't know if it was the most helpful. I mean, it was helpful to do the cross. So from this hold to there, it like really locked my body in to do that cross move. But then it was really difficult to release. I feel like I could have done something better. I just like rushed it a little bit and had to hold like a crazy swing. But yeah, that's cool. And for those who don't know, basically the flamingo or the double knee bar I was talking about is when I wrapped my right leg over top of my left and then jammed that into the big hold. So the only times you're gonna do this is when you have these two holds, but they're a little bit too far apart to do a regular knee bar. It's just a little bit too far. But putting your other leg on top of your lower leg gives you, you know, about this much more height and that much more distance to fit a knee bar in a bigger space than a normal one would work, right? So it's actually very rarely that this is gonna be an effective technique. I think I've probably only done this like actually one other time on a boulder where it was genuinely like helpful and the right way to do it. Yeah, I think this is maybe the second time I've actually done it on a boulder and it was helpful. But yeah, that's cool. You can keep an eye out for that. Big spaces, looks like there could be a knee bar, but your knee doesn't fit. Flamingo. Okay, I realized I was just calling that move the flamingo the entire time. I was meaning to say flamingo. I'm pretty sure Flamigo is a Pokemon. So that was really getting my brain mixed up. Flamingo, double knee bar, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Okay, so next up, we'll probably be trying what is going to be the hardest boulder of the session. I mean, it just looks really hard and super not my style right now. Physical overhang, finger strength, like, yeah, I've been doing okay so far, but this one is definitely a step up from the others. As we can see, this one has a star on its grading tag. And that one, the star means that basically it's a project in the gym and nobody has sent the boulder. I think that's not true though. I know a resident strong guy that probably has sent this one. And I was asking the setters what they think the grade of this is. It's probably like a 10. So yeah, like maybe there's a chance I could send this. Definitely want to try something hard and test myself. So yeah, let's see, we might be spending a little bit of time here. Let's put the first attempt on. Oh, okay. That next one that I went up for is a little bit better than I thought. So that's actually really relieving. Yeah, these holds are really bad, but this big heel takes off a lot more weight than I expected. So that was more doable than I thought. I think the hardest part for me is actually this hold. You have to put a lot of weight through it. And that's just where like my finger strength deficit is really showing. So I need to find a good way to grab this hold in like a strong position. And then I think that could unlock the boulder potentially. The ending looks a little bit more my style and becomes a little bit less steep as well. So I'll give this a nice brush. Maybe this could get sent faster than I thought. Okay, so what I'm thinking is because this boulder is so long and physical, I should probably try the top half of this boulder before I put another send attempt on. And if you're expecting not to flash a boulder and kind of project it, this is something you should probably do. So I get some muscle memory going for the top half of this boulder. So yeah, let's pull on from where we fell basically. Whoa. Okay, that part was harder than I thought. Oh, you know what I should have done? Okay, good thing I tried the top half of that. I should definitely throw a heel up here. I can heel hook, come into this, toe hook this thumb catch, which is actually pretty good, and then work through the top half of that sequence. And little trick, if you're gonna try and toe hook a hold like this, that is pretty narrow. What I wanna do is make sure I'm not toe hooking it. Like, let's say this is my toe, this is my heel. So I'm not toe hooking it like kind of right perpendicular on because I'm not getting a lot of surface area here. So what I want to do on my next try is make sure I'm rotating my foot like this. So I'm getting more surface area of my shoe basically toe hooking and making this feel a bit better. So that's what I'll make sure I do on my next try. Wait, what am I doing? Why do I just realized something. I don't think I need that first big one. Like this big one, this crimp is pretty good. Why don't I just go straight up for the thumb catch? Yeah. All right, now we're thinking. So yeah, I'm just gonna try that really quick before I give another send go on. Okay, so we have all the beta, got all the moves down, but that little jib on the left side of this big one is worse than I thought, so it's gonna be hard, I think, when I'm up there and I'm pumped. But yeah, when I give a send go on this, I'm gonna have to try and climb fast, really be precise with my feet, maximize efficiency. Okay, I'm psyched that this one is so doable. It's been a while since I've pushed my physical limits this far, I think. Like, I've only tried this boulder, like I probably got on it like 3 times so far. And every attempt, the fatigue is just compounding. I'm really not used to this style, especially with the other physical boulders that we've been climbing. So yeah, I better hurry up and get a high point or ascend before I really power out. Oh, dang it, I came up a little shallow on that crimp. Yeah, I have to just go for broke and just motor my way through it. All right, dang, even just one try makes me like 30% more tired. Okay, gotta really make it count next attempt. Man, it's kind of a funny feeling too. I'm still in the stage where I kind of remember what it feels like a year ago when I was stronger. I was like comp shape. And so I feel like Zach a year ago would just be here and be like, okay, let's just jump to the crimp and take a swing. And now I have to like bicycle this little thing and just fight tooth and nail to core up and just tensionize. So it messes with my mind a little bit. I really gotta make use of my feet more. No, my elbow knocked me off there. I was really solid and I hit my elbow on this big one. Honestly, like I'm not even using that hold in the sequence. I bet the setter Jamie over there just literally put it on there to bump your elbow and make you fall for that reason. It's like an obstacle hold on this boulder. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was a really bad fall. That might have been make or break there. So yeah, gotta go big or go home now. Oh, okay. I don't know. I can't grade things anymore. Probably 10.
Based on how you climb and how hard maybe it's 11.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know V grades. That one was really sick. I think on that attempt, I just like was super efficient. I didn't hesitate for a second, and that was the key. Banger. Thanks to these gentlemen.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Also, if you like the looks of this shirt I'm wearing, it says Boardroom. Back is pretty cool. This is a shirt for this gym, like another section of this gym. It's got like some training boards, equipment. We call it the Boardroom. It's designed by the setter you just saw there. Anyway, I really like the shirt. We're gonna do a giveaway on this video. So comment down below, Boardroom. And let's say we'll give away like 3 shirts or something. We'll just pick 3 random commenters. So if you want this awesome shirt, just comment Boardroom. Right. Okay, man, I can't express to you how zapped I am after that. Those attempts on that boulder, super tired. Yet this black boulder looks like so much fun. I want to try it. So we'll say that this one will be the last like super physical one we try of the session. I better send it quick, cause like, whew. And then we'll do some of the slabs and more vertical stuff in this section of the gym, I think. All right, let's check this one out. It looks really complex. We've got a nice juicy toe hook for the start here. I think that'll help us get to here. And then do we have like a really physical jump to this kind of pinch? I don't know if I can hold that intense of a foot cut because our toe is like all the way in here to swing out. That'd be intense. Maybe I can like pinch this one really hard and release the toe and then work my feet up. Yeah, to minimize the swing. These are my pre-flash attempt thoughts. And then yeah, hopefully I don't pump out at the top. You see just how shaky I was? Holy cow. Like, I swear, I probably shouldn't be trying any more physical boulders right now. I went from like 60% energy level on the green, and then after I sent it, I went to 10%. Holy cow, that was a little suspect pushing through the ending of that. I was like really shaking. My hands are giving out. Let's try some slab. Okay, we're gonna do this green V7 here, which isn't a slab, but it starts off on a slab and doesn't look that physical. No crimps, and like these big green holds are, you know, not so hard on the grip strength. So I think I should be able to try this one. And then we'll go to like the pure slabs. Starts a little funky here. I wonder if I can, how do I want to start? Oh, I'm gonna grab the no-tex at the top. That was a bad idea, actually. Wait, this start's actually hard. Like, I also am I'm trying to avoid like kind of starting here and just smashing into a press, because that's gonna hurt my right shoulder. So I have to find a way to do this statically. There's also like the black tape starts up there. So I guess I could use the wall. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my foot there first instead of my hand to avoid hurting my shoulder. See if that works. Okay, I fully thought my foot was on it, and then I just kept going. That was a weird feeling. That was like when you're walking down the stairs and you think you have one more, but you're actually on the floor. Okay, start is taking too long. I gotta figure something out. I'm just gonna use the wall. No, maybe it's not supposed to be in. I don't know, man. So I think that actually grabbing the no-tex up here was pretty good beta. And what was funny is that the first time I tried to do that, it felt really hard. My hand just slipped off. That's because I just chalked up. And then basically, the more that I kind of hummed and hawed and stood and like grabbed holds, my hands got a little bit sweatier. And then by the time on that most recent attempt where I went and touched this again, all of a sudden my hand actually stuck to this and it felt good. Good enough where I could just reach over. And yeah, for those who don't know, like if you're ever in a situation where you have to grab the no-tex part of a hold, a little bit of sweat on the fingers actually makes you stick better when you're grabbing that surface. And chalk is actually gonna help you, is gonna make you slip off. So it's always hard though, because like, let's say I'm trying this boulder, I want chalk for top moves, but I start on this. And on that last try, I started and I felt solid. But then actually by the time I got up there, you notice I started struggling a bit. That's because I really felt like I had no more chalk on my hands and I was starting to slip. So if you really want to try hard and like get a send of a boulder like this, you can bring a chalk bag, like a little chalk bag to clip on your belt. And then you start off with like sweaty hands. And then if you're in a position, like maybe when I was here, at a heel hook, I can get some chalk and then keep going on. And that's typically what people do in a competition where it like really matters, right? So yeah, that's a little tip on how to grab these no-tex holds. Let's keep it going with some more slab boulders. Okay, so this next one we're gonna do is also on a new sector. So we have some more V question marks. If I had to guess, maybe this one was like a 6 or 7. It's hard to say. Let's try it and then maybe have a better idea. Looks really fun. Tricky looking mantle here. Hopefully it doesn't bother my shoulder that much. I think I should be okay though. Yeah, that was really fun. Really fun boulder. Let's try this purple one next, I think. This is like the purest slab that we have up in the gym. This one looks a bit more bouncy. Good for my tired body. Okay, this one looks pretty doable, I think. Again, V question mark, so we don't know the V grade. But yeah, being a Montreal-based climber, I feel pretty comfortable with the slabs. Lots of slab where we come from these days. See if we can flash this one. That foothold there was actually a little bit tricky. It's kind of blocked by another one. Fun one though. Yeah, Montreal climbers, I think, have an advantage on this kind of boulder. Anyway, that's the vlog. Really fun stuff. Cool to climb my family gym. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one.